Learn to play Pinball M in VR. I'll show you how right now. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to take you through a quick tech demo utilizing the UEVR engine, which is a system that transitions your flat screen games into virtual reality games. It is quite a kludgy process, I guess we will call it that. It does work most of the time. It's a little bit buggy at some points, but that's why this is a technology demo and not a straight up tutorial. But the first thing that you're going to need to do is go down to the GitHub in the link below. Make sure you have a GitHub account and download the UEVR zip file or RAR file. And then extract that to your desktop so that you've got the UEVR program available to start with this process. Once you have got the UEVR demo or UEVR package extracted, you should have a folder that looks very similar to this. The next thing we need to do is we need to connect our headset to our computer, and so we will do that utilizing Steam Link. You can use virtual desktop. I tried using the Oculus Air Link and or the cable link. Neither of them had good performance, crashed more often than not, so I definitely recommend either going virtual desktop or with the Steam Link, but today we're going to be doing the Steam Link. So that being said, let's go ahead and get our system connected here. And we're connecting, which should open up Steam Home. And that is the first step. Connect to your Steam Home. Once you have got a connection to your Steam Home, we're going to want to go ahead and click on the UEVR injector executable, which will open up the UEVR interface window. Now you will note that the first time you run it or every time you run it, you need to click this restart as administrator, or you need to run the program as administrator when you initially launch it. Now we've got our user interface open and we are ready to actually load up our game. So let's fire up Pinball M. You'll notice I'm running this in a window mode just so that it is a little bit easier to manage and manipulate. But in this particular case, we want to make sure we get to the menu. So as this loads up to the menu, we're now at the menu here. So now I'm going to come back over to my UEVR injector. I'm going to use the drop-down menu here to select Pinball M. And then you'll see it opens up a new window here, but now the inject button. So the big thing here is you want to make sure you're using OpenXR if you are using Steam Link, or if you're using virtual desktop. You can use OpenVR and try to use it with the Oculus Link. Like I said, I did not have much luck. You may have better luck. But once you've got this selected and you've got the settings done, all you got to do is click the inject button. Now, if everything works properly, what we should see is this menu pop up immediately in our window here. Now, that being said, this will now load us into a virtual reality instance. And once we are in the virtual reality instance, we can go ahead and switch over into virtual reality. I'm going to pick up my controller here and I'm going to push down on both sticks, and I'm going to cycle through the menu here and go over to my tables menu, and we'll take a look at what the table menu looks like. You can scroll through and see the menu, and you got all the little threads floating around here. But let's go ahead and fire up Chucky. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I already had a game going, but let's go ahead and hit the camera button so that we can play with the cameras and see what the options look like here as we kind of float through all of the different camera options. I generally set this to manual and then use the UEVR settings to adjust my height and control. I'm not going to go through all of that today, but it's all available. You'll notice I can lean in and view items. I can get in, get some really close detail on the table. I've got the full ability to look around. Just like with the FX VR, but we're obviously playing Pinball M. Again, not trying to show off any kind of skills here, but you'll see that the environment is fully rendered here. You have the ability to play with your own camera. Within UEVR, you just push down on both sticks to open up the menu, and there's camera settings and everything else you can do to recenter it. But that's all available there. So let's go ahead and take a look just real quickly at one of the other tables. So we're going to load back out to the menu. And go take a look at the Thing Pinball here real quick. And again, you'll kind of see these tables have got a lot of progress done on the virtual reality environments and the actual virtual models for the tables themselves. You'll see that you have the ability to...
I just want to get up to my shack and get drunk.
You have the ability to set the virtual DMD to be kind of off to the side, in the middle, whatever you want. But like I said, the environments are well rendered, and you know, you don't necessarily have the tables put in place, but they are pretty darn close with what we're looking at. So again, being able to lean in and get the perspective of the table and the ramps and everything else. Overall, it is a pretty solid experience, albeit a little bit kludgy, like I said. It's not as polished as the FX VR, but the experience and the visuals are very similar. And until we actually get these tables in FX VR, this is kind of the best or second best option for you. So again, that is very simple, right? Download the file, extract the file, connect to your PC, launch the game, inject the game, and start playing. Not a difficult concept. All right, there we go, guys. I hope this was helpful for those of you that are interested in trying out Pinball M in VR. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like, share with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.